It is September 18th, 2024. Yesterday on Walmart on the Strip. Well, first I had went to Marshall's. Okay? People were talking. Nobody can say a word to her. Okay? Will said, for only her, it'll always be put it back as if it never happened. Nobody can say a word to her. Well, who the hell do you think you are? Some fucking child molester drugging me up and telling me to say stuff, photoshopping shower scenes and his stocking tapes and his drug scam? Who the hell do you think you are? Thinking you can pull some kind of scam on me. Like they said, it's a big extortion group. Okay? Then, okay, when I go to check out, you pull Marshalls in Belden. There's a white lady with short haircut talking to an African American man. In 18 and 19, the drug dealers told people they were people of the courts taking care of me. People of the courts. There's no such thing. Impersonating a government official is like 3 years. Okay. There's a lady I'm in the line to check out. Look up, I could hear her talking. She's talking to an African American man. She's like, I was the representative for the people from the courts. She's a human trafficker. Okay? I was in her house before, and I was to make sure no laws were broke. Well, they said, some child molester drug dealer did it. Well, I don't know about that. They said they had even raped her. Well, we all know that happens, but I was there to make sure no laws were broke. I'll take care of it. Okay, guy, you need a bitch slapper for lying to your face. There's no such thing as people of the courts. She's a human trafficker. The law was broke when they set up the button camera cyber stalking me. Right to privacy. Well, I sort of, the tape where tell everyone that Pete's a child molester, selling kitty porn, human trafficker. Okay, play that tape. Had it playing in my car. Guess what? Go over to Walmart on the Strip. Ladies, get out of their car. They're laughing. We heard what Karen said about the guy that did this to her before being a child molester. Selling kitty porn. Where's the porn going? Okay. Some lady was in there. These people already confessed they framed her. We told everybody to cut it out. One of the guys that worked my case, he was a little bit in the distance. He said, we always knew that guy was the child molester that did this to her. We were wondering why that agent was playing with him. I mean, it was like a hotbed in there of people talking. Some guys walk in. We heard Karen's Will's in here. And that guy set up that agent. Oh, yeah, big time. Big time. because that's where they were bothering me. So I start going through being drugged and told to say it before, framed, photoshopping of showering, photoshopping of all their lies, photoshopping of feminine wipes above the toilet in the other room. Okay? Da 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 da. Okay? Well, people scatter. When you realize you're being made full of by a drug scam from a fucking child molester selling kitty porn. Huh? Running drug scams on people, drugging up, telling them to say something stupid, and photoshopping of showering and feminine wipes above the toilet, racing people out of the room in a drug scam. Okay. You guys want to play FBI? You want to play FBI? We're going to learn the Constitution. First Amendment. No man can tell you can't say anything but a judge in a jury trial. Okay? No man. You want to play FBI? No man. Fourth Amendment. No man can be in your home, but protected like cases with statements. It's entrapment, otherwise they're stalking tapes. You have a right to privacy. You also, no man can make you talk to him. Especially about yourself. You have a right not to incriminate yourself, Fifth Amendment. Only a judge can order you to answer questions about other people. You don't ever have to talk to the police or the FBI. You have a right to remain quiet. You also have a right to an attorney. 14th Amendment. No man can tell anybody else they can't protect you. They cannot withhold protection. 14th Amendment. No man can steal your money or assets, but due process of the law, you have to be found guilty and sued for it. Learn your rights. Where I told my ex-husband we don't live in a communist country. We don't. Okay. Bill from the Freemasons. One guy, white hair, drove a medium blue truck or a silver car. Had the Freemasons follow me around, especially in 18 and 19. Told everybody he liked me. Okay. They were following me and harassing me for getting hurt. January to March of 19, I went down to go to church with my son John. I'm early, so I go to McDonald's. Freemasons around me. They come in. Now, I've never talked to Bill. I've seen him. People are laughing at me that I'm getting hurt. Okay? People have been talking about him having people follow me. He was in it with the big truck guys from Florida. Okay. Walks in, and they said, Bill, she won't even look at you. You spent almost $800,000 having people follow her around. And she won't even look at you. They crushed my skull in. They tried to shoot me driving. I'm facing 6 stalkers. There's a shooting night. I had to hide not to get killed. And people are drugging the hell out of me and laughing in my face how they have framed me. And he's going to say he's paying for that? No, I wouldn't look at him. I think that's the one that's telling everybody he's Will. Because they either called him Will or Bill. They showed up at him and his wife. His wife is a young blonde girl. His mother harassed me, followed me. They're friends. And I think that's the one that's telling everybody not to believe me, impersonating an agent. The agent that opened my case had a deep voice, and where he was being a horrible monster, acting like a crazy occult person. His voice being deep, and I've been drugged up so bad for days I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't think fast enough to respond. And he's yelling at me and then making fun of me. And it was horrible. This guy's got a lighter voice. He's a middle-aged, probably 50, white man. About 5'7" to 5'10". Hair parted down the middle. Comb back. With white hair. Do you realize where I met with my friend in Worcester on January 20th, 23? He showed up with the U.S. Marshals. I had about 40 cars that had been following me. A lot of them came in, another one sat outside. We sat and talked. He's like, I got a friend on the police department. And I'm looking at all these guys in dress shirts. I thought you brought them with you. He's like, they knew about the case that agent opened with you. They knew about the Texas group. And I'm like, the Kingsmen? For we all work for the king from Texas. We are his men. Dave hired us. He's a drug lord. So I call him a Kingsman. Because we're his men. Okay? He's like, is that what they call themselves? No, I call him that. Okay? For we all work for the king from Texas. We are his men. So I call him Kingsman. Okay? He said there was a retired judge in Texas involved in this big human trafficking scam. They went down to question him and killed himself. There was another retired judge involved in this. And they said the state. He said the state. He said they're going to use that case that agent opened with you to get these drug traders, human trafficking people. They've found 35 people tied up in a railroad car. And African American people, they're taking them and shooting them and throwing their bodies around on railroad tracks. You have so much hurt and pain in your eyes. And then he drills me until I'm stuttering. I walk outside, they yell out, we're the U.S. Marshals. We're going to be taking care of this. That agent actually left her there. Can you believe it? He actually left her there. He said he left her there because she's supposed to be weird with herself. Who would have cared if she was? And it was probably them and not her. And he left her there. And they're complaining about him. It was them and not me. March 1st to 3rd of 21, they put 2 clips together. Put her in a porn. It's not her, it's them. Then I told you their tapes are so old. On March 13th, 21, they told the nurse at Mercy Medical the only thing they had me on was simply wiping off water with clothes on. The guy said, that's sick. Said, no, it's funny. She just adjusted herself. She just brushed it off. They didn't have anything else. And then they started saying, you touch yourself, you expose yourself, you touch yourself, look weird. That's not wiping off water with clothes on. Okay? Made my stomach bleed. I thought you put my head on somebody else's body. Then I got to thinking they're playing me. What would you be doing? You touch yourself, you expose yourself, you're undressing, you touch yourself, look weird, but not weird. You can be putting yeast infection cream on, or do you get undressing in the shower? It's showering. Walked outside to smoke. She figured out what they did. Okay? May 12th, 22 at noon, they found a tape of them emitting a shower scene in the other room. May 26th, 22, the shower scene was done on purpose to make you look weird. They admitted to framing me March 24th, 22, 1:30. They told Ed at the Oakland apartment December 9, 21, 4 p.m. that everything was drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. All the tapes before were them and not me. And it's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here. They white man bald with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street. Actually worked my case as a guard. December 9, 21 also came out. We always knew the tapes before were them and not her, so we never said a word. African American lady, November 1st to 3rd of 21 in Save-A-Lot. Found out everything was made up on me and all the tapes before were them and not me. And was telling people to stay out of it. February, March of 22, I was working at a client in Navarre. The next door neighbor, they told him Pete ordered everything to be drugged, photoshopped, and made up on me. From the beginning of the case, some old white man showed up at Walmart 62 at Wood Forest. I have all the cops, I have the feds around me. Woke up with another bruise, walked up to me. For every idle word you tell on us, I'll turn it on you. You try to leave, Dave, I'll list your child molester. I'm like, who are you? You know that bruise on your leg? Yeah. He stabbed me in my sleep. And it was, he said, I used sodium pentothal on you. No, I used an amnesia drug, day rape drug. Over 20 prescription drugs will make you sleepwalk. And without the legal ones. I'd never seen him or talked to him. Then he's trying to tell me that, you know what, you told me I never talked to him. Wrong nightgown and butt lie and life of pain. I accidentally bending over improperly and accidentally seeing your tushy. Are you serious? It's like, who the hell are you? Teenage girls that laughed. Do you realize her face had to be priceless? It had to have been priceless. She had never seen her talk to him walk up and say something stupid like that to her. Went home to a legally blocked house. Dave verified his dress modestly and only made fun of the back of my knees. He changed it. Carrying around the house. Karen's will was found innocent of everything in 18. That's how stupid all this is. The guy admitted he worked for Dave. He was drugging me up and telling me to say lies. And this was the backup plan. The first month. They started showing up. I'm waking up with more bruises. I'm losing 5 to 7 pounds a week. I can't even keep saliva down. And they're laughing in my face that they photoshopped all their lies. By January of 19, that they photoshopped a feminine wipey above the toilet to make me look weird. And then all kinds of crazy crap. Laughing at me in front of the police and feds. And that they had drugged me and told me to say all kinds of crazy stuff. May 25th, 21, of the church people breaking in before drugging me, telling me to say word on molester stuff. That's not funny. 1295 Fairlawn, middle apartment, little white lady talked to several people in 21. 8/9/21, the apartment building for me, second closest to the fence. A lady and little girls were living there. They said something, and then 4 or 5 neighbors did a police report. Okay. Then we got the lady at Save-A-Lot. Then we got Ed. We got the guy at the Hunger Task Force. January 19th, 22, they told the Department of Disability I was drugged and told to say it before. February 2nd, 22, Burlington Coat Factory. A Latino man walked up with his girlfriend. She's like, I see her out today. It's not funny what's going on. He said, I know, I wish I wouldn't have drugged her first and told her to say it. People went running and screaming. I'm going in to Save-A-Lot after that. They're running and screaming in there. Went back to Canton, clear across town. This African-American guy runs out of a brown house on 6th Street, yells it to the postman. Postman's like, we all heard it. They sold a log in the first month. Went viral. M13 is hacking protected custody cases and selling them. It's on Google. Yesterday also, oh, then you want to go through my family defending me? Oh, well, I'll get back to what I was saying. Yesterday they were saying, did you find the tape of that agent admitting that he told on her? Okay. Yeah, because on the recorded line, he admitted he met with the church people in Vegas. Several times. Laughs at me about Pete on a recorded line. A child molester running a drug scam on me. That Dave's told Danny he hired on his own. On Thanksgiving of 18, I had a split level house. Kids were playing boo in the basement. Wanted to scare everybody. On the third step back up, I hear the house wasn't meant for Grandma. It was meant for Auntie Shaw and Papa. And Grandma needs to get out. Okay? Look down, they're all in a huddle going like this and laughing and saying crazy crap. I go up and sit next to Dixie and the new baby, and I thought, I have to die first, shall? Who's shall? Flora comes running up, my other granddaughter. They're saying mean things in the basement. She's like, stay out of it. Go up to my son, John. What's going on? I don't know. He said, Melissa's ex-wife. Only been divorced a few months. He said, she's just, I told her you're moving out and you're going to be going through a divorce. She'll just have the kids make up something. But nobody could say anything bad about you, so don't worry about it. I'm like, what? He's like, she'll have the church people make up something too, but trust me, Mom, nobody could say anything bad about you. I told him you're going through a divorce, going to be moving out, so they're just going to make up something on you. Since nobody can say anything bad, don't worry about it. I'm like, you shouldn't have said anything till it happened. Well, I did, so don't worry about it. Nobody can say anything bad about you. Okay? So I go to Dave and I call him and I record the phone call. And I'm like, Dave, I've never hurt anyone. He said, Karen, you're good to the kids. You're good to the grandkids. You had never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. We talk about John defending me, Mel going to have the kids lie because of the divorce. Okay. All right. I have Dixie taped with her permission later on of Mel's kids mean game or pretend that Flora was laughing him out, told a bunch of adults, of course it never happened. Of course it wasn't true. We made it up. I didn't know about it for a year. The police came up to me. Melissa's so stupid. She made everything up when you were fishing with Dave. She's actually that stupid. She didn't check where you were. Her first lie, second lie, third lie, they'll make up something, call you a bad word. I had to wait a year. Flora witness stated it laughing and chuckling. I would have never known. I would have spanked them all. Participating in such shit. Okay? I go to Josh. I've never done anything bad or wrong. Never said you did. Went to his girls. I've never done anything bad or wrong. That's it. Yes. The boys, when I went to the twins, I've never done anything bad or wrong. That's the truth. Always been good to you. Yes. Go to Josh's girls. Never done anything bad or wrong. Yes. Always been good to you. Yes. I was told by the investigators that my grandkids told everyone I was the sweetest grandma ever and the best grandma ever. Like Dave said, those little ones have you wrapped around their little fingers. They look at you with the big eyes and say, Grandma, please. And you melt. Right after Thanksgiving of 18, two of the young guys that sort of remind you of Joshy, my one son, right? They showed up and were talking to a bunch of undercover police. Found out they're federal agents. Okay? Why are they having all those kids make all that shit up? Oh, they're just trying to scare her out of the house. That's it. We interviewed her whole family. They spoke very highly of her. By Thanksgiving of 18, I had also went to Altman Family Physicians. And the police and the feds are in the back. You always blame the steroids, but they had you on so many medications before. Hard telling which ones made everything swell up and everything shut down. Was the medicine making you sick before? It's documented in 2002 that where I had surgeries before, my muscles locked up, went to a bunch of crackpots. They falsely diagnosed me, gave me the wrong meds. My whole body swelled up. My heart valves enlarged. My heart went into many heart attacks and cardiac wards. My brain swelled, causing seizures. They shut down my thyroid and my adrenal gland. And Altman family physicians told me they were known for lying, ripping people off, making them sick, wanting to do unnecessary procedures, getting kickbacks from the drug companies, sharing with their associates and friends who were doing the same thing, turn them over to the state so they pull their license and sue them. Encouraged us for 2 years to sue them. Okay? It's documented medical malpractice and documented medication errors. Fraud. You can't say somebody has all these horrible things wrong with them. Given medicine, they almost die. Another doctor said they're just ripping you off, getting kickbacks from the drug companies. Dear God, they said I had level 2 brain tumors, needed part of my brain removed. And they were causing the brain swelling. There was no tumors. I better thank God I never sued them. If Strange wouldn't have pushed Danny to suicide. I would have been a millionaire. My heart valves are still enlarged. It flutters at times. You know, yesterday, these people have hacked into the Protected Life case. Sold it. I had an ear infection last month. Okay? Then I pulled my neck and back at work trying to hold up a guy that's 200 pounds. Okay? Well, being a woman, you take antibiotics. Yeah, a secondary infection. It happens all the time. Okay? I go over to Stack here. My neck's still bothering me. Like the doctor said, it takes time. I said, you know, people are talking about chiropractors. Don't do that. Don't let them pull on your neck. Those nerves and muscles need to heal and get stretched back out. Don't let them pop your neck. It's already too tight. Okay? Warm compresses, stretching, massages. It'll work itself out in time. It takes a long time to heal. Okay? And then the personal infection, you take 2 pills and you're done. They said people that were following me and mocking me, they didn't find it out. They'll find it was funny that all she had was a yeast infection. From the great big antibiotic pills I was taking. I get tired of these idiots thinking they can invade people's privacy. And I'm telling you, these people are getting the back of hospitals, doctors' offices. They don't show up with a police cruiser, uniform on, badge. What do? You call 911. How much does an FBI badge cost on Amazon? $20. Fancy credentials. You can be a marshal, you can be a cop. Trust no man. Take that to heart. It's a drug cartel running scams. Like an investigator said, if she ever moves away, we'll have to tell the local police that the drug cartel is running scams on people. I want you to think, as a victim, I've never seen her talk to anybody before the FBI. Never seen her talk to him. We move into a house, the water looks like poop water. I had to bring bottled water in to drink and to cook. You have to wash your hands. You have to take a shower. By the second week, I'm stepping around the front yard and collapsing in front of the neighbor. Okay? I would be fine. I'd be outside working. Come in and wash my hands. Make something to eat and drink, and then go and use the bathroom. Wash my hands better. Come out. It's out of a 2-liter Diet Coke. Take a drink in the room, go dizzy and black. Wake up hours later. Got marks on me. Throwing up. I don't remember bringing my arm or leg. Okay? Wake up with injection marks. Same thing. Big orange, lemon, grapefruit-sized bruises. Severe swollen personal infection. I think it's the dirty well water. Maybe it's got E. coli. It's infected my personal life. It's making me sick. It's so toxic. It's making me sick just showering it. It's killing me. It has to be it. Because they're amnesia drugs. You're sleepwalking. I've talked to criminal attorneys, prosecutor's office, and police out of this area. They all know about them. Over 20 prescription drugs make you sleepwalk in high doses without the illegal ones. And never see or talk to anyone and to find out some serial rapist has been stalking you and exploiting you and your family, selling kiddie porn of your grandkids going potty, selling your whole family on porn sites, had been in his stalking tapes. In a sextortion act, photoshopping, you find out a showering, feminine wipes above the toilet, where you had the bruises, you've been throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, that he'd been human trafficking you under drugs in your own home, drugging you up and telling you to say crazy crap. People would come up and say they drugged you and told you to say this. I used to run for the bathroom and throw up or have diarrhea. It would upset me so bad. And they laugh in my face in front of the police and the feds. It's documented by the police. I was framed by the drug cartel, and it was a drug cartel in my home. They've hired Pete. Pete is a cartel. He's a child molester. Like that one officer that watched me, we always knew the guy that they hired to do this was a child molester. We wanted to know why that agent was playing with him. You know, it's something he's playing, like they said, he'd been telling the cops he was playing him to get his, get drug connections. Oh, they got over at the house. The U.S. Marshals have been using the case, and they found 32 children last week. They were still in Ohio. Everybody that knows anything about these people, turn them in. They still have children here where they stole them. You want to save lives? You know, somebody had said an officer insulted me, so I went to call the office. Canton dispatcher picked up from, it was in a different town, picked it up and said, no officer will ever insult you. They'll get in a lot of trouble if they did. With that open FBI case and all this evidence that is going with it, any officer ever insults you or tells anybody not to believe you, they're going to get in a lot of trouble with that open FBI case and what's going on. They know better. Well, it's obstruction to justice, tampering with evidence, tampering with witnesses, an accessory to killing women and children and selling them and helping the human traffickers. It's badgering. Badgering is Department of Justice 1729. It's obstruction to justice, tampering with evidence and witnesses. You go to jail as an accessory to those crimes. I've talked to the police, criminal attorney. They can never tell anybody not to believe you. And not to help you. It's illegal. They go to jail for aiding and abetting those crimes. Like they said, we all know her case is a nationwide human trafficking scam. They were all here. I'll tell you what, 18 and 19, they pull the case, they're all around me. Georgia human traffickers, Florida, the Ford older gentleman club, 70-year-old men, saying they had young men grabbing people and selling them and prostituting them. Called himself a gentleman's club from Florida. Henry Mafia's groups here. The Kingsmen from Texas, Buffalo, New York, Michigan, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, and California drug dealers, and even saying what drugs they bring in this area, all under police surveillance. Like they said, with the case that agent opened with her, they don't even need her. It's a protected home custody case with threat of life, with statements, with a judge's order for an FBI informant. And the sheriffs and the police have been taping everything with a court order, and it can't be disputed. Karen's will still been carrying around the house admitters who works it. And like my friend from the prosecutor's office, that agent don't have enough authority to ask you to stay quiet. Criminal attorney and police. It takes a judge in a jury trial. He was only blowing you. I said, well, he's already confessed and been seen telling on me. Don't matter, you can tell whoever you want. He can't open his mouth to you. He's only blowing you. The police know that. You get the money for working the case and only for working the case. You risk your life to get them information they owe you. And he can't bully you into false statements. And the police know they can't go along with any of that. Criminal attorney, prosecutor's office, and police. The police have been investigating that agent for stealing my money. They said he was only acting like this to get the drug dealers. I don't believe him anymore. You don't want to be an accessory to selling and killing all those people. I'm going to upload this.